This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Quiet on the set, please! Silence! Silence!
I knew you'd come. I'm not finished with you!
I am the cream, the cream of the crop.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening.
Because we don't just set the bar, we are the bar.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, and wherever else we find this fine audio recording. We're live on RVT's official Twitch.tv channel. I fucked that up. I psyched myself out. That's what happened. I don't know what happened there. But we're live on the thing. We also talk about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty J, in case you haven't noticed. And down over there, that's TWK.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am TWK of TWK Reviews, and welcome to the Wrestle Cast here on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel, and later on, provided in delayed recorded form on the BrokenInfinite.com and Podomatic.com. And
Thanks,
that right over there is your American co-host, Matty J.
Canadian, but it was counting. Thanks, T-Dub. Thanks for the recovery. We are not alone, however, ladies and gentlemen. We are not alone at all. It's a particular thing happened on Saturday night, but wrestling on a Saturday night. That's nice. That's nice. It's too bad WWE likes to keep it on Sundays.
Bloody Sundays.
Beat the traffic.
Yeah. We're not alone, however, because of that, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us from the Wednesday TRPG / whatever the hell we feel like, because it's the Wednesday show now. But joining us, our game maestro, the dungeon guy, Mildra the monk, joins us. Hello.
You know, earlier today. I took a listen to the last time I was on the show, and we kind of set ourselves up because we said that if SummerSlam was shitty, then you'd probably drag me back in here again. Which and then I didn't do a show. I do a show to review SummerSlam because one, it's SummerSlam. It's too, even if it was good, it's too fucking long. And B, I was actually doing my job. I was putting money where my mouth was and actually supporting independent professional wrestling. There's also the fact that SummerSlam was not an abomination, which is a miracle
in itself. It's just too much of a not an abomination.
Which is, at the same time, though, that's kind of like complimenting the fat guy on the soccer team because he managed to make a pass without tripping.
You know what? As a fat dude who has played soccer in the past, that is not easy.
You're kidding me, right, Matty?
What?
Come on, you're more athletic than that.
Okay, I'm not saying it's the most difficult thing in the world for a fat dude. I'm just saying it's not easy. There's a difference.
My excuse was I didn't play soccer at that age. I played rugby.
Because of course Big Mick Tall Dude played rugby.
Because every other sport that I did, I ended up getting kicked out for one reason or another. That and fencing.
God.
Well, there was also the hockey team, but since that's seasonal, that didn't really work out. It was still fun for the coach to in both cases for the coach to basically go, hey Monk, you see that guy over there? Yeah, I don't want to fix that.
And you just go, yes, sir.
And then I'd go over there and teach him how to fly.
You know what? I've always been a costume hockey or a ball hockey kind of guy. And for those wondering, but Matty, don't you know how to skate? Nope. Don't know it.
Wait, what?
I know, right?
You're Canadian. You can't ice skate.
Nope. Yeah, as a kid, that didn't terrify me, but I was one of those stubborn kids that just didn't want to be outside, period. And trying to make me skate, and
I'm going to tell Renee Young on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell Renee Young on you.
Good luck with that.
To play devil's advocate, you don't need skates in broom ball. In fact, we didn't use them.
That's true, actually. We have played broom ball, and I was the goalie for broom ball, and I had my pads, I had my sneakers that were absolutely 100% clean. Thank you. And I even played hockey goalie on ice on sneakers. So it is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Slippery, but it is possible.
But regardless, it is. I will have to admit, there had been one show not too long ago that if it weren't for the fact that I wasn't able to make it, I would have come in to rant. And that of course is Extreme Rules, and the only reason I didn't was because I was in Florida at the time.
Having a good time for a geek.
Mm-hmm.
Which is completely understandable. I did one of those weekends too, but that's other geek stuff, which we'll get to that obviously. Because what the hell kind of show wouldn't we be if we did that? But
it's good to be back in here and talking about something not shitty for a change.
I know, right?
Like I don't like getting angry. Despite what somebody might think, I don't like getting pissed off. It's just that it keeps happening.
Lies. There were so many lies that your new name is not Mildra the Monk. It is Liza Minnelli.
Okay, then. He's got you there. Except for the name. The name sucks, T-Dub. Come on. That's a bad pun.
Come on, it was a good pun. It was a good pun.
Yeah, I'm waving my hand doing it.
T-Dub, I'm afraid that your puns don't measure up to me.
Oh! Is that a height joke?
Yes.
Wow. All right, well, shall we get to the thing?
Yes.
Actual good professional fucking wrestling for a change?
Yes, May. Tell these people the format of tonight's show.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first... of course, before I do, Biohybrid, no you don't. No, you do not make better puns than T-Dub.
I've seen what you've attempted on Wednesdays, Bio. The answer is no.
Trust me, they don't call me the Punisher for no reason.
Oh, that's a good pun right there. Yeah. Anyway. So, we have good professional wrestling talking about it for segment 1. Our review of All In, as advertised all week by the Shades. Thank you very much for doing that, by the way, bud. I know he's not listening, but, who cares? You don't. You're still listening. You folks are. We got a whole review of a pay-per-view not marketed by either Ring of Honor or partially marketed by Ring of Honor, but not advertised by Impact Wrestling, though partially-ish. Not funded by WWE, not funded by anybody else other than 3 dudes who decided to take up on Dave Meltzer's bet for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the history. All because of a tweet. Spoiler alert, for me, pay-per-view of the year.
This is this going to beat out Dominion?
Ooh, yeah. Well, It does. Like, it does easily for me. And Dominion was a high bar, believe me. But enough about the whole hyperbole. What?
Suck it, Mattis.
Mattis can bitch all he wants. I know for a fact that he watched it. I know he talked to you yesterday.
He wanted to talk to me about it and how he doesn't think it's the best show of the year.
Well, what does he think of the best show of the year is? SummerSlam?
I have no idea what he thinks it is, but he thinks that this show is just okay, and that's it.
And that man is of poor taste.
I think you should check his wrist in case there's any excess amounts of edge.
I know, right?
Should also check to make sure he hasn't borrowed Razor Fist glasses.
Oh, God damn it!
Ooh!
Wow!
I hope Mattis is listening to this tonight. I really do now.
That was low.
Ooh!
Hey, I do not hit him man while he's down. I kick him because that's easier.
Shall we get to All In, gentlemen? I think we shall, ladies and gentlemen. Clip of the week number 1. It wasn't the main event, which was smart, all things considered. But this is one of the major highlights of many of All In. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to the crowd at the end of one of the most important NWA World Championship matches of all time. Take a listen.
Destiny is alive here in Chicago, Illinois at All In.
Cody, you see wiping the blood out of his eyes. He knows this match needs to continue. He needs all of his senses if he hopes to prevail over the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
Trading blows in the center of the ring. Cody delivers, and now it's Aldis. And now Cody. Left jabs, kick to the midsection. Stops that off the ropes. Now Cody, one of his own. Uh-oh. His variation of the vertebreaker.
Oh, look at Aldis, though. His weight. And that.
Oh, Din's fire countered. Oh, wait a minute, Aldis. Crossroads countered by Cody.
Aldis rolls through. Cody, hammer throw into the ropes, ducks down. Sunset flip. No.
Cody hooks up down.
Hooked it deep.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody!
There you go, and yes, that is a simplified 8-bit version of All In by Matthew Lee Macy. Or Massey. Is it Massey?
Massey.
Massey, thank you.
There's 2 S's.
It's 2 S's. Massey. 2 S's. Anyway. Yeah. Thank you, Dylan Spears on YouTube. He did a 8-bit medley of all the songs, including a killer version of Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega's theme songs. I liked it. It should be on Twitter somewhere, but it is Dylan Spears on YouTube.
Did he do an 8-bit version of All In by Downstate?
He did not, but he did do Cody's theme.
Okay,
and it is
there's that, but
He's done orchestral versions of those some of those themes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but All In by Downstate was a killer jam.
That was a good. No, for sure. For goddamn sure. That was great. Speaking of great, I think we should speak. This whole night was awesome. I don't care what Mattis Leonhardt thinks. But All In, promoted by Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks. The biggest independent wrestling show ever. They weren't wrong. So it's called All In, September 1st, 2018. The Sears Center in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, a.k.a. a suburb of Chicago, Illinois. The official attendance, as announced and on zillions of t-shirts by now, I'm sure, 11,263. Sold out, no comps. No comps.
None.
Sold out in
None.
half an hour before they even announced any match.
Just the idea of the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes doing a show in a big building, they sold the fucker out. In bio, he said that crowd was electrified by the sound of it. Buddy, that was them all night long.
So let's stop wasting time. Let's actually get to the things. Let's get to the matches.
Yeah, we are covering 0 Hour because it was on WGN America. We had to watch it. It began with Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks with beautiful custom All-In Championship belts.
Yeah, probably they were awarded those at an earlier time.
At StarCast, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I did not watch StarCast. I will admit that. Apparently, the guy who ran StarCast said that he may have bitten off more than he could chew with that. So whether or not there will be a StarCast, if there is an All-In too, that's probably a little more up in the air. Or at the very least, he's probably going to dial back on the number of people who are invited.
But it was StarCast was on Fight TV, but I don't blame you. The pass for the entire weekend was $129 Canadian on my end. That was about $100. To think the whole damn pay-per-view for me live was $54.99. I was like, I'm okay with the pay-per-view and subsequent recordings later. Thank you, please. Yeah. But no, they were awarded that. They had the weigh-in, which was awesome, and of course, the karaoke. There's being the elite for that. That's a different show for you folks. They brought out Road Warrior Animal. They brought out Pyro. It was
I love that the Pyro thing just made me. Well, the Pyro and the fact that we had just a random appearance by Road Warrior Animal made me laugh.
Yeah, hey, do you guys like Legends? Let's bring out Road Warrior Animal. Come on, let's
hey,
pull up some
you want Legends?
Free merch.
Yeah, tell them. Ooh, rush.
No Road Warrior pop, but
still a warm ovation, a nice warm ovation at the very least, for God's sakes.
And he was on a bike, which certainly gets my seal of approval because my all-time favorite entrance from those two was the whole bikes at Wembley.
SummerSlam '92. Yeah.
Interesting little trivia for those who watch Being the Elite. Road Warrior Animal almost hurt himself during the
practice. Yeah. They were rehearsing the bit that you saw first, and the bike fell over. Poor guy. He was fine. He was obviously fine, but
the bike almost pretty much fell over, and had he landed any differently, it could have crushed his leg.
Ooh, bikes are heavy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Especially a lean back like that. That is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, that looks like a Harley.
By the way, for those wondering, will I play that Colt Cabana commercial you saw during the first break? No, but I have it I have it recorded. It will be played at later dates.
I loved how they went out of their way to make it look like a video you might see on VHS in the Territory days.
I know.
Fantastic. Anyways, after that, we finally got our first match, which was
I See You.
I See You.
Taking on the Briscoes, who are the Ring of Honor Tag Champs, by the way, Mark and Jay. By the way,
I'd like to redub this match.
Yes.
Rocky 2 versus Deliverance.
But actually, Rocky 3.
Rocky,
No,
Rocky
no.
2.
Yeah, because it's-
Rocky 2 was a
because it's
beach
Apollo
scene. No, he's right. Beach scene was Rocky 3.
Yeah, trust me, I've seen the Rocky films a lot of dozens of times. Rocky 3 was Rocky and Apollo teaming up versus Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was no Mr. T on this, so I have to go with Rocky 2.
You know what? It's Rocky reference was understood and gone and laughed at. No big.
Yeah.
No biggie dealy here. Also, a little joke, a little behind the scenes for the TRPG thing. I know will not be Dave here because it's a wrestling joke. Our game that we've been playing all along, and we're actually finishing up next week, was called L5R, and the campaign name was The Second City.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, we're not leaving the city. At the end, it will be like some big brouhaha, and we'll have we'll have a epilogue, and then we'll go on a merry way. But I had imagined in my head a scene where we left the city and we went back to another to another town, and I would breathe in. My character would breathe in and scowl like Scorpio Sky. This is the worst town I've ever been in. I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
Second City.
And hold that thought, Matty, because given what I have planned for an epilogue, you might have an opportunity to use that. And if there is a date, if there is a Dave for that when that comes, and I'm not saying where it's going to happen, but you'll know it when you see it.
Uh-huh.
I am vetoing that Dave because I'm not letting a plan go to waste.
You heard it here, folks. By the way, for those in the chat who do listen to our TRPG stream, shh, kayfabe.
Yep, kayfabe.
Don't tell the shades.
Do not tell the gang.
If Shades gets on me on that next week, I will go full Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing. I saw nothing. I heard nothing.
Anyway, tag match is a great opener, by the way. 12-33.
It was a real good opener. This is the first time in a while that I've seen the Briscoes working heel.
I know, right?
Well, they've been working heel in Ring of Honor for the past while.
Yeah, they've been working strong.
I haven't had a chance to watch because I've been busy with the whole writing my own damn game kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. So just for those who haven't kept up with the project at all, for the past several months, they've turned heel and essentially been the big bad Healy bad guys of the tag team division.
Which is good. They are very, very good heels. Now that being said, this was a really good match, and it was a perfectly standard type of match. You had them isolating for most of it until the end.
Yeah, and the crowd was red hot for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
They were red hot for, oh good lord, all of it, pretty much.
Yeah, like even when SU came out and did
the entire evening, they were here to watch independent wrestling, to support independent wrestling, and to witness history, and they definitely got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even when SU came out and just did their promo, they went along with the whole thing. Like even Scorpio Sky's
for those wondering what if we had audio issues during 0 Hour, you are not alone. The audio mixing was off, to say the least.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Now that being said, we should get to a little bit of the commentary team, but it is worth noting that with this show they pulled a WrestleMania 7 kind of where they had a revolving door with the third man in the commentary booth. And the weird thing is, usually I don't like 3-man commentary teams. This is one of the exceptions
because the 3-man booth usually sucks because it's usually WWE that does it. I can tell you right now, the main three you heard all night were Ian Riccaboni, Excalibur from BWG, and Don Callis, who subbed out for a couple of matches, including the NWA World's title, which was Brent Tearing.
Apparently he was the plan B because the guy they wanted to get they couldn't because he was calling a. I think from what I heard they the first plan that they had was to get Tony Schiavone, but that didn't pan out. Then they wanted to get Mike Tenay, and that didn't pan out. So
hey, at least this made sense in a very heartwarming
And to
way.
be fair, Brent did a good job. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Dalton Castle was in there for the over budget battle royal, and Tino Dashwood and Mandy Leon were in the women's matchup. For those wondering who were in the booth that particular evening,
we'll get to them. And I've asked this question to you before, maybe but with T-Dub here, I want to get his take on this. Buy or sell between Ian Riccaboni and Percy Watson.
Oh, Ian is better.
I think it's buy Ian, buy Riccaboni, sell Percy Watson. I told him the same thing. Actually, here's how I explained it. Before All In, I was a very soft buy on Percy Watson because, you know, even bad commentators get good with good commentary with Morrow and Nigel, and Percy picks up some good things too. He has some good commentary. He picks up some good calls. You know, even because he gets some good calls when even Morrow says, "Oh, it's a good call, good idea, good eye, dude." Percy is one of those guys. He's the generic guy to spout out stuff because Vince likes that for some dumb reason. I said buy Percy before All In because Riccaboni was just the guy who was like over energetic, or to me felt like over corporate. I don't know why. But he's still good. And not to say that he's not bad. After All In though, Riccaboni. Buy Riccaboni. Buy him all day.
Yeah, I've been a fan of Riccaboni for the past, I want to say, year now that I've been seeing him do commentary.
I can see that. Good. Yeah, I can see that. Because I mean, the last time I heard him on live pay-per-view was Final Battle. And I was like, he's still getting used to his role here. You know, I was used to Kevin Kelly and Steve Corino, then Kevin Kelly with whoever they could get him in there with. But no, Riccaboni did his job. And then again, it helps to have a good booth. Especially with Excalibur and Don Callis, who were no slouches in that booth in general. And Percy is, again, is like I said, Percy is still good, just next to Riccaboni now. Fuck it, it's no contest after All In. Speaking of, in the main event of 0 Hour, it was a 19-man over-budget battle royal. The winner to face Jay Lethal later in the evening for the Ring of Honor World Championship. The competitors were Moose, Brandon Cutler, Chucky T, Trent Beretta, Rocky Remember, Cheeseburger, the Hurricane, All Ego, Ethan Page, fuck yes, Tommy Dreamer, Jimmy Jacobs, who looked good, Punishment Martinez, Austin Gunn, the son of Billy Gunn, as in literally a literal son of Billy Gunn, who was also
He's literally a son of a gun.
Yes. He is literally a son of a gun. And yes. Speaking of, Billy Gunn was in there too. Marco Stunt, who I'm impressed by after this match. Brian Cage, Jordan Grace, Colt Cabana, Bully Ray, and the eventual winner, El Hijo del Chico, a.k.a. Flip King Gordon.
He finally got booked.
You know, so much that when he ripped his mask off during being the Elite backstage, there's Cody going, oh, fuck, he won. He's booked. Which, by the way, love the payoff. And people were disappointed. I was actually talking to Enigma on Discord during that match. I was like, after all that happened during the Ring of Honor World Title match. I said, no. The storyline was him getting booked.
Yeah,
literally the pop the pop at 0 Hour was the intention.
That was the payoff.
That was the payoff.
a few comments regarding the people in here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the people I was familiar with, some of them I wasn't. Austin Gunn, it is almost disturbing how much he looks like his father.
I know.
It's there were a couple times where I mistook one for the other, and I will admit that was stupid on my part.
Do you think Billy Gunn asexually reproduced?
Oh God.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. Maybe telling people to suck it is his mating call.
Oh, by the way, notice on this show he never said suck it. He only said suck this.
Suck this, bitch.
It's legally distinct. Which
Legally
is the best kind of
distinct,
distinct.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm sure.
Marco Stunt, according to his profile, is I think 21 years old. I don't believe it.
And he doesn't look a day over 10 years old, doesn't he?
especially when you've got him in the ring with guys like Punishment Martinez or Brian Cage or Moose.
Brian Cage, Moose, Bully Ray.
Also, one of those Marco Stunt that got the Maven spot of the night.
He got the Maven.
He got the Maven spot. Kenny Coke should go to Jordan Grace for being able to lift Brian Cage. I mean, holy shit!
Oh my God! For those wondering, Brian Cage not only is he not a man, he is a machine. He is also a brick fucking hit house.
Yeah,
who weighs about as heavy as a house. Made of muscle and fuck you up.
Yep. There were three other spots that got a pop from me. One of them is even if the tag team is no longer there, I love seeing the King of Sneaky Style do the forever clotheslines.
I know.
Yes. Yes.
Two, Chucky T and Trent Beretta doing the hug and them doing the camera spot that they normally do for Okada.
Yep. Like, almost everyone got their stuff in. Like, even Hurricane got some choke slams in.
Yeah, that was the third thing. Hurricane I have a bit of a
getting his
confession.
choke slam shit in.
I have a bit of a confession to make. Most of the time, I don't particularly care for the standard Battle Royal format. Mostly because, well, as Lenny Poffo once said, a Battle Royal is mostly just scrambled eggs. Like, most of the time, you've got people just doing just schmozzing, and then they go to the elimination spots. This was not one of those cases because you had it where everybody was getting their shit in one form or another. So there wasn't a whole lot of shortcut, and somebody's ripping one.
That's T-Dub's mic. We've been told him to replace it for 2 years now. He still can't.
I'm broke.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't know any better, I would have swore you somehow got Vampiro onto the show.
No. There it is.
Getting back on topic of the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Grace came out of this looking like an absolute star.
She did. Marco Stunt looked good too, by the way.
Both
no
Marco
joke.
Stunts.
Marco Stunt and go ahead.
Moose was basically what the Big Show is in every other Battle Royal that he's in. Basically, the guy who everybody's trying to get out. I wish we had gotten more stuff out of Punishment Martinez because he's been my boy for a while since I first saw him.
However, we did see a cruiserweight exchange between Punishment Martinez and Brian Cage, which was amazing.
Those two should wrestle more. Good Lord, those are two big dudes, by the way, and they wrestled like they were on 205 Live.
Yeah, you got big old fucking muscle-headed Brian Cage, and you got like 6'6" Punishment Martinez doing cruiserweight spots, like head scissors, Frankensteiners. Like, what the fuck?
Like they were doing lucha things because, well, Brian Cage is a luchador technically. Don't let that physique fool you. He can lucha real good.
He was doing a good lucha thing.
Hey-oh.
And it was, of course, the end of the match. El Hijo del Tico comes in the ring, eliminates Bully Ray, takes off the mask. Oh my God, it's Flip Gordon. He wins, goes to the main, gets to the semi-main
super
event.
kick. Bully Ray's groggy. Mask rips off. Flip Gordon. Roof flies off. First time tonight. Throws over the top rope. Ding, ding. Flip wins. He's booked. He's all in.
Yep. And
But I should note, I love how the pre-show was produced, because first we had the Unbuck segment, then they'll go to commercial, then we got the tag team match, then we got a series of commercials, then we got the Battle Royal match, and then we got some final promos before the show officially started. And I loved it because we got full matches without commercials on free TV. That's how you do it, WWE.
Yes.
Yeah, very, very much so. So,
by the way, any bars for 0 Hour, by the way?
Not really.
Okay.
No bar. I think it's a little. I think it's a little early for bars on the pre-show. So I didn't have any, and I could have gone with a couple for SCU, but it was way too obvious.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Anyway, pay-per-view proper. They have the Justin Roberts introducing the lady that sang the national anthem. That was good. And then All In starts, and they got a good one. Matt Cross taking on Maxwell Jacob Friedman, which, by the way, I've actually started watching MLW. They were posting full versions of MLW episodes on YouTube. So that's how I know of MJF.
Yeah, MLW is how I was introduced him as well, and he is quite the good heel.
He's only 3 years in.
Yeah, he is.
That's crazy.
He is seriously talented.
He's good at the heel, man. I'm telling you.
Now Matt Cross, also known as M Dog, also known as Son of Havoc.
Yep.
He had the amount of pink that he had made me wonder if he had trained in the Hart House.
Oh.
Seriously, just nothing but pink and black.
Well, maybe it's a tribute to Neidhart.
It very well could have been, and he's got the beard to match.
Oh yeah,
he definitely does that.
Yeah. But I thought this was a pretty good opener, and I'd also like to point out that it's nice to hear Justin Roberts without a leash.
I know.
Yeah. M-Dog Tony, Matt Cross.
I'm not sure. Did any of you listen to the interview that Justin Roberts did with Solomonster?
No, not yet. No.
Is it a recent one or one he did a couple years ago?
It's not that far back. It's about a year ago. He did it shortly after Justin Roberts put out his new book.
I think I may have listened. I think I may have listened to that.
Yeah, and that's why I had taken my pot shots at him for some of his oversells, but I found out that apparently they insisted that he dial back when it came to him trying to pop the crowd right before they go live. Which you'd think that you'd actually want to do that when you're trying to get people excited for the opening of the show.
Yeah, here's the thing. Vince is so paranoid about anyone getting more over than any of the wrestlers that he will just do anything to make sure that doesn't happen, even at the expense of the overall quality of the show.
Which is bullshit.
Well, that's why we're all counting the days. And anyway,
anyways, the straight edge man won.
Yeah. Matt Cross won out in 9 minutes 23 seconds. I'd say this was a pretty good opener. Next up,
very solid.
Yeah, very solid. Next, they got this early.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Daniels taking on Stephen Amell with special referee, the new Reffin Show, by the way. Jerry,
God,
Jerry
that is
Lynn.
Jerry Lynn. Who
Jerry.
I will admit this because this has been my rule ever since I discovered the whole boy stable thing.
Uh-huh.
I have a wing of my boy stable that is all Minnesota guys. So
Jerry Lynn's in there.
Jerry Lynn is in there. There are only 2 people who are from Minnesota who have been permanently banned.
Ooh.
Sean Waltman and Bork Laser. You do not get a day pass. You do not get asylum. You are out of the stable. Bork Laser because I don't like.
Those don't know. The reason he won't allow X-Pac in his stable is because he used Uncle Cracker's theme song.
No, it's because I just find him ridiculously annoying. Also, I absolutely hated the X Factor stable. Period.
But it's got like all the boys in one boy stable. You got X-Pac boy, you got Just Incredible, who's a hardcore boy, and then you got big old boy Albert boy.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, I suppose. But
can we get to the match itself?
Yeah, let's do.
Jerry Lynn is in there. He did okay as a ref. How about Stephen Amell?
Very impressive.
Taking shots, taking major bumps.
He did an elbow drop to the outside through a table. That's more than I expected out of an actor.
It's easy to forget that this is only his 3rd or 4th match.
You would think he's about 100 matches deep with the amount of skill he brought in there.
He was a bit. There were moments where it was very clear that he was kind of sloppy, and this was the kind of thing where you'd need somebody like Chris Daniels to lead the match. He did end up falling under the curse of the table. I thought that whole segment with Jerry Lynn going a full "you what mate" on Chris Daniels was a bit much. But that's kind of par for the course with special guest referees.
At the very least, it didn't actually factor into the finish.
Yeah.
No.
But I do think that giving Chris Daniels the win was the smart move to do, because let's be honest, with a lot of these celebrity things, they do it as a case to get the celebrity over at the expense of the people who are working there. And this was
a case of both were both at the end of the match looked good, which is the point of a singles matchup. You got to make everybody look good, so no one loses too much of luster if they lose. And obviously, Stephen Amell didn't have to. He won't have to worry about it. He's still over. He's still over.
I get the distinct feeling that when sometime down the line, because for starters, I don't think this is the last time we're going to see Stephen Amell try and wrestle. I think he is going to be coming back in one form or another, and I could easily see him eventually. It would be a weird kind of reversion of having an actor segueing into wrestling.
It'd be weird, yeah.
I know somebody's going to bring up the Miz, but reality TV is a different affair, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm with the monk on that one.
But
very impressive stuff, and to my surprise, no interferences whatsoever from the people ringside.
Yeah, there was literally a lot of it was just accompanying people to the ring, and let me go to the back so I can mark out. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
that's how I felt. That's what it felt like. It's like people were just fucking off to the back, which is a nice change. Next up, all of the ladies in the ring. Four-corner survival. It was pretty much just a fatal four-way match. You just have to call it that because I guess WWE
they're just using Ring of Honor. They're using Ring of Honor language.
Yeah. 12:41. The competitors: Chelsea Green, Madison Rain, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Baby! We'll get to why did I joke? Baby!
Mm-hmm.
And the winner, Tessa Blanchard, who was accompanied by Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard, Daddy and Stepdaddy, by the way, or Stepdaddy and Daddy, respectively.
I believe I thought Magnum TA was her godfather.
Stepfather, godfather.
No, it's stepfather.
It's stepfather.
Oh, wow.
I was told. I checked in on the COD to make sure that if the company was fucking up. No, they weren't fucking up there. Couple of notes here. One, Tessa Blanchard. God damn, you are a beautiful woman. Chelsea Green.
The hot mess.
Hi, Zach. Hot mess. Hi, Zach Ryder. How are you? Madison Rain. MILF. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby, came out to Adam Cole's Ring of Honor theme. I got something for you.
Which that was very nice. Although maybe it's just me, but if I wanted to do an even bigger bit of nostalgia bomb. Instead of coming to something for you, come out to Get Off the Stoves.
Get Off the Stoves by the Stoves.
Aha. Probably it's more of a copyright thing. Ring of Honor was willing to provide copyright music for their end. And Adam Cole Baby's theme song was part of that deal, I guess. Which makes sense.
Well, something for you is going to be a bit more recognizable anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm willing to go with this. We do have to comment on the fact that this was where we started getting that whole revolving door thing.
Yeah, this is where they switched out Don Callis,
who had to go check up on Kenny.
Because I guess. They brought in Emma and Mandy Leon. Sorry.
Tennille Dashwood and Mandy Leon. Mm-hmm. Mandy Leon looking lovely as always. There is a bit of awkwardness in the fact that you had a match with a broski boot with Tennille Dashwood commenting. There's a bit of uncomfortableness there.
A little bit, but that's what happens when you're not a professional talker.
I'm sure they were all professionals.
They were all professionals, but it's a case of she's a professional wrestler, not a professional wrestling talker. But again, this is an independent wrestling, so of course there's going to be some wrinkles. So I'm willing to forgive that.
I think that as far as commentary goes, they did fine enough.
And yeah, they did fine. By the way, this is nitpicking. I think if we're bitching about stuff, we're nitpicking at this point.
Mm-hmm. Just the match.
The other nitpick that I do feel I do need to point out, there wasn't as much of a pop as one might have expected for the appearance of Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard.
I know. I was kind of with Tully. I think the pop would have been for Tully more than TA because Magnum is unrecognizable now.
Yeah,
it took me a minute to realize. Wait, that's Magnum TA. When they said it was Magnum TA, I was like, wow, okay.
I knew it was him from the moment I saw him in the wheelchair because, well, who else would that be?
Well, yeah, who else would that be? But it took me a minute. I'm like, wow, dude.
I think the thing is, neither of them are really recognizable from their heyday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe most of the fans just didn't recognize them when they just saw them on the screen.
I do feel this is a pretty obvious one, but I did say there would be bars, I
could see where the bars are going. Who do you want?
I do have one. This is a pretty obvious one, but I do have one for Tessa Blanchard.
All right then, Mildra. What bar? It's Tessa Blanchard.
Well, Tessa Blanchard is wearing a glorious amount of gold and black, keeping it very, very simple. She looked like a goddamn star tonight. and to that end, and because I'm drinking it, she is a can of Strongbow.
Nice.
She is also, and this is one of the rare kind of chocolate things I can actually eat,
Ooh.
a Ferrero Rocher.
You could eat those?
There's just enough non-chocolate in them that I can actually eat it.
Are you allergic?
I'm allergic to chocolate. When it's mixed in with something, it's not as bad. But a straight up Hershey bar, I can't do that.
I will say, as far as this match quality goes, it is easily one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah, I could say that.
These women fucking brought it.
They did. They totally did.
Yep.
The finish could have been a little less awkward, but again, a bit of off timing there. But again,
I think it was the camera angle more than anything.
Yeah, the angle kind of like. But again, nitpicking here. Next up, one of the advertised main attractions. Singles match, National Wrestling Alliance World's Heavyweight Championship, to which I have a replica on my bed sitting right there right now. It went 21:01. The proponents, the American Nightmare. Sorry?
I got 22:01.
No, I said 22:01. That's what I said.
All right.
Anyway. The proponents, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes with Brandy, and members of the American Nightmare family, and I'm still marking out over this, Diamond Dallas Page, Tommy Dreamer, and it took, like, I was like, okay, that's the third guy, okay. And, of course, Cody's father-in-law, or brother-in-law, and Glacier.
I have never seen Glacier wrestle.
Me neither.
What?
Me
You've never seen Glacier wrestle?
I've just seen his entrances.
Oh, Glacier was the man. Like, this guy was amazing. Like,
he was amazing in the actual wrestling, or amazing in a boy way.
Kind of both, because he could do some good kicks, and his overall wrestling skill wasn't that bad.
He got sidelined with a gimmick that took way too long and was way too expensive.
Unfortunately. But still, like, that was one of my favorite gimmicks from WCW, and one of my favorite entrances, and I wish they would have given him a title run.
Anyway, the other people. Hi, well, Reverend took your sweet time. I saw you were in the chat earlier there. Anyway, Cody's opponent and then champion, Nick Aldis, the National Treasure, with Jeff Jarrett, Samuel Shaw,
Creepy
Sean
bastard.
Navari. Yeah, sorry.
Creepy bastard.
Yeah, Samuel Shaw, Sean Navari, Sean. I'm just here to take the prerequisite DDP Diamond Cutter Davari, and the man who was at the very beginning of the NWA's 10 Pounds of Gold docuseries journey, Tim Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Tim
was it a 10?
Fucking Storm.
Now,
yeah.
I will admit one thing right off the bat. Sean Davari is one of my boys, along with his brother Arya.
Minnesota boys.
Yep, they are both Minnesota boys.
By the way, Arya Davari got confirmed for 2K19 this week.
Yay.
Nice. I actually think Arya is a better wrestler than his brother.
I haven't seen enough from Arya to judge for myself, but I'll take that into consideration.
I just wish that he could have kept the flying carpet gimmick, because that was his finish on the Indies. A frog splash assisted with a flying carpet.
Because independent professional fucking wrestling. Sauce Fed went 22:01. The referee was Earl Hebner. He did okay. Bobby Cruz did the announcing, and they kept it simple. Just two guys going for 10 pounds gold.
I love how seriously they took this. Like, you had both camps coming in almost like a boxing or an MMA match.
MMA style, because it was that's UFC for sure.
Yeah, by the way, props to Pharaoh for being so well behaved during Cody's entrance with all the screaming fans.
I showed that to my sister, who happens to be a dog trainer now. She's a trained dog trainer, and she picked up. I was, oh god, that poor thing is scared. she was picking up on things. Oh, that poor thing is scared, and then she said, all right, she's a little calmer. Then again, when the camera zooms out and the huge pop for the dog, everything's like, oh God, loud noises.
That dog was seriously well behaved for all of the tens of thousands of screaming people.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's probably because there was only one dog and not multiple dogs that are supposed to be rabid. No,
Yeah.
I've never forgotten or forgiven the Kennel from Hell match.
Dude.
Nor should you.
No one should.
Now, that said, I have not one but 2 bars for this one.
Oh, here we go. All right, let's start with the challenger for the match. Mildra, what bar is Cody?
Well, Cody decided to change up his usual Legend of Zelda-esque attire. And before I get to the bar, I do want to put out one small detail that I did notice. On his boots, you see 6:05, which was the time when NWA television would happen back in the day.
That's a nice touch.
Mm-hmm. But he is wearing blinding amounts of white and sparkling degrees of purplish. So he is a can of Monster Rehab white tea with dragon fruit.
All right.
AKA my lifeblood at the office. This is when you're sitting there and you're waiting to get the barge calls from dispatch. You will take whatever you can to keep yourself awake. And the only reason I don't go for coffee is because that line is too damn long.
And what bar is Nick Aldis?
Nick Aldis, the dealer.
Yes, sir.
Who I do have to say I have been very impressed with how Nick Aldis is such a far removed guy from the Bocce as all hell Brutus Magnus.
I know.
He is wearing some shiny as all hell black, gold, and red. So he is a peanut butter Twix bar.
Ah, okay, nice. This match was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. This was awesome.
I have one problem. Just one.
Huh?
What's that?
Just during the beginning of the match, Earl Hebner threw up the X. I was like, no, don't kayfabe us with that.
I can't help but wonder if that was intentionally a work.
It was.
It was, but I get the feeling someone forgot a bleed.
He must have just dropped his blade or something. And if you're gonna blade, then having blonde hair is the best thing to do for that, as Ric Flair had proven many times, and Dusty Rhodes has also proven. But there's a few things that I do feel I shouldn't note. One, as much as I loved the how they opened up this show, Earl looked terrified when it came to cutting his little promo. It's like
they were showing the microphone, and he's like, I know, fuck this. Hi, best of luck to both of you.
Which is weird because this guy has refereed the main events of WrestleMania matches.
Yeah, but he's never had to talk during them.
No, but you'd think after decades of wrestling, the biggest matches in wrestling's history, this would be nothing.
He didn't talk.
He never had to. He only had to talk once or twice ever. And even then, he wasn't exactly a you could tell he's like, I'm just a ref. I'll act like I'm a ref.
Yeah, I'll give him credit for trying, but I think this was one of those things where he probably should have been coached a few times before they went live. Now that said, when I do like that when they brought out the legends, they did not do the whole thing of using them to bury the people actually working.
No, they were literally there to do something. Also, right before the match started, Chico and Fat Ass Masa.
I love that has become his gimmick name.
And that got a pop from the crowd. They both got a pop.
Got a pop from the crowd.
And was it this match or was it beforehand that they showed that John Mayer was in the crowd as well?
Yeah, it was before. But yeah, they showed John Mayer.
I believe that may have been
Macaulay Culkin a little later as well. Yeah,
I believe they may have showed John Mayer right before the Daniels Amell match.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
I hate his singing, but at least he's got good taste in wrestling.
Yes, he does. We got to hurry this up, boys.
Yeah.
By the way, props to John Mayer for being able to buy tickets that quickly. That means he was on the website just.
Ooh, he must have jumped at that shit. My God.
Mm-hmm. Now that being said, with the run-in when DDP came in, they got the yoga chant. You just know that he
must have been fucking livid.
Because he hates
God.
his shit being called yoga.
The minute I heard that chant, I thought, oh God, he's going to want to slap 11,000 people now.
If this was like 6 or 7 years ago, maybe, but for the longest time, he's been calling it DDP yoga now.
Yeah,
actually, he changed it to DDPY because he wanted to stop. He wanted the people to stop calling it yoga.
You should have never put yoga in the name because originally it was DDPYRG, yoga for regular guys. Then he changed it to DDP yoga. It still pisses him off. I'd imagine even to this day.
I could tell. I was like, oh, fuck off. He was going, oh, fuck off.
Maybe he should have never put yoga in the title then.
that's his mistake.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But the other thing that I did like, and this was one of those cases where they timed this perfectly, and that was the elbow spot. And first off, can I just say, Randy Rose looked hot as hell tonight.
Yeah, well, yeah, she did.
But the whole spot with her just begging Aldis to not do the elbow off the top, he finally does it, and right as he's in midair, Brandy jumps on Cody and takes the hit, and they timed this very, very well to be. He didn't realize until he was already in the air that she was in the way. And it wasn't a case of the heel being stupid. It was completely a case of the baby face girl called my bluff, and that was brilliantly done. Of course, after the match, they treated this like a big damn deal. This is the most relevant that the 10 pounds of gold has been in quite a long time.
2 decades.
I think the last time it was anywhere near this relevant was when TNA had it.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh my God, that was 11 years ago. Jesus Christ.
I almost say 2 decades because ECW, but yeah.
No, ECW kicked that shit to the side as soon as they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say relevant because it was sort of relevant for like a hot cup of coffee for the first couple of years of TNA's life, but that's it,
But then it just became the Jeff Jarrett Memorial Belt.
Yes.
Right.
Well, people in terms of like Raven and
R-Truth.
Sting.
And R-Truth.
Hey, during that time, R-Truth was booked like a main eventer.
R-Truth was, to be fair, a great main eventer for TNA.
Mm-hmm. The Pac-Man Jones thing notwithstanding.
Notwithstanding, of course. No, they treated this like a big damn deal because it was a big damn deal, and they made it look like a big goddamn deal. And you heard the clip at the end of it, like they took so much time just to let people sink it in. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a Chicago street fight featuring dick wrestlers.
Okay,
you want serious wrestling, and then let's throw in garbage wrestling just to piss off the purists.
I've made it clear I have nothing against garbage I have nothing against garbage
Me
wrestling.
neither. I'm just saying. You know?
It's just that it's got its place. And one garbage wrestling match on an entire card, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, this was literally a variety show in the best way possible.
Yeah.
We got to move on. It's Hangman Page taking on a bad boy Joey Janela with Penelope Ford ringside. Nice Cracker Barrel spot. Here's her plug.
Nice Donkey Kong spot as well. And of course, Hangman Page getting the Joey Killer chant.
Oh.
Although, when it came to the garbage bag, I immediately thought that there was going to be like mouse traps or thumbtacks or something in there. No, instead it's the fucking boots.
What's the matter, Hangman? Cat got your tongue?
And when I do have to say the finished look, I feel like this is a finish that I would see Norman Smiley do, because apparently according to people in NXT developmental, he was really big on spots that look nasty but actually don't hurt as much, because rite of passage onto a table.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks nasty. But however, that's not the spot of the match for me. The nastiest part was the powerbomb off the stage because...
because there were supposed to be two tables and Joey only cracked one. Janela only cracked one. It looked like he bumped his head on the second. Ow!
I knew it was going wrong because as they were running off, as Hangman was running off the ramp, he was slipping his grip on Janela. Like, oh no, no, redo the spot. Don't do this.
No. Put him out. Put him down. Reset. Put him down. No. I'm just glad he cleared
he's gonna
the
need
stairs.
some ice.
I'm just glad they cleared the stairs.
Yeah.
Because, good lord, those stairs looked stiff.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then after the match, now some people hated this spot. I
fucking loved it. Joey
I have rewatched this spot.
The crowd's popping, and then the lights go out. Dong.
And we have
Joey Ryan. It zooms to his penis. The penis does a taker. Does a Jason. Whoa. And then they pulled a WrestleMania 20. That's what it was. Don't lie to yourselves. The tortures were replaced by freaking inflatable dick penises.
I love that when this happened, the commentary team just went all in on their jokes.
Yeah.
The cavalcade of cocks, the parade of penises.
It's a genuine resurrection.
Yeah.
Ian Riccaboni, Excalibur, Don Callis. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes.
The best part, Joey Ryan goes through his greatest hits, the Dickplex, and then Hangman gets picked up, and he gets carried away by the cavalcade of dicks.
Don't forget the lollipop in the mouth and then the super kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Super kick, lollipop in the mouth. That was cool. Like you said, the classics. And Hangman gets carried away by the penises, and I did not ever think I would have to say this on this show, but that's exactly what happened.
Also, call the night to Ian Riccaboni, who says, "There are two things I love in wrestling: friends hugging each other and Joey Ryan rubbing himself with baby oil."
He's gonna regret that line.
He is going to regret that line for years to come.
But then again, he claimed that he was a sex ed teacher.
Yeah.
Which
not anymore. He ain't.
Which Don Callis immediately did not let that lie down.
He did not let that one go.
He was like, yeah, he was pretty much just calling him out on it. He's like, well, I have a kid and one on the way, so I must be doing something right.
Yeah. Another call. I forget which one match it was, but they were talking. He was like, these guys look good. This guys. And Excalibur is I didn't know you were a body guy. And Ian, quick as a whip. And this is one of the reasons why I'm buying Ian Riccaboni now. He goes, well, they call me Ian the Body Riccaboni in high school.
As a Minnesotan, I approve of this.
Yes. Also, another thing that I approve, like during the 0 hour, one of the first instances of a blockbuster, Ian's call on that. Somebody better call Bill Cullen because we got a blockbuster. A man after my game show loving heart. This man is. No, the best part. The best part.
Before taking some bumps in the hardcore match.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
They were both were taking massive bumps. And back to the decks for a second. The best one goes to the fans who picked up on the Undertaker reference. As Hangman's limp body's being carried by penises. It's not on the call, but you could definitely hear it. Rest in penis. Rest in penis.
Also, props to Hangman for selling this segment so well, because from the moment that the lights went out to the moment he got super kicked,
he had that look of, oh, fuck.
He did not corpse once. Not once. Professional.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call a PRO fashional.
Yep.
Also, I'm calling it right now. Both of these guys are future world champions.
Yes. Well, Hangman for sure. Joey, you'll have to change the gimmick, obviously.
No. He's going to win a title with his dick.
Okay, BWG world title for sure.
No, he's going to win the ROH world title from Jay Lethal using nothing but the power of his penis.
Speaking of the Ring of Honor world title, see how
Segway! Yep. So we have in the
Ollie
eighth match
Davis,
tonight,
we're coming behind you, brother. Flip Gordon with Brandy Rhodes, who is still selling that elbow drop rather okay. So that's good. That is good. Taking on Jay Lethal with Lanny Poffo. Oh, wait, did I say Jay Lethal? I meant Black Machismo Jay Lethal. Yes, sir. Ooh, yeah.
and
Came out to the same gear. Came out to legitimate Macho Man Randy Savage gear. And pomp and circumstance.
Not the remix that he had in TNA, the proper
The actual proper graduation song.
Also, the whole reason he became Black Machismo again was because he was walking backstage, and all of a sudden you just see this arm just smack him around the shoulder, and you're like, who could that be? And then out came the genius, Leaping Lanny Poffo.
The genius of glory and renown.
The only thing that I found a little bit sad is the fact that we got frisbees instead of a poem.
I'm amazed no one's posted that. What if there was a poem where? Because I'm assuming if it's going to the genius gimmick, he would put a poem on those frisbees.
I have not heard if he has done that. So, although I did like the shirt that he had, brothers from different mothers.
I love that shirt.
And I do have to say, I've seen Flip do some matches here and there, but he did really well, and he's very much earned the Flip in his name.
Oh yeah.
But
Also,
since
props
this is
to Brandy for committee. Sorry, go ahead.
Since we have a Macho Man in this, I feel I am obligated to do. I
think we kind of have to. Mildra, what bar is Black Machismo Jay Lethal Macho Man Randy Savage still? Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, Matty. Black Machismo tonight is wearing a mate with an amazing amount of tassels, some red, some yellow, and a lot of black. So he is. And this is for the Toku watchers in here.
Ooh,
he is
right.
Kamen Rider Gaze.
Ah. Okay.
He is also a caramello.
Ooh. Okay. Nice.
And though I felt I did find out that apparently that jacket was lent from a collector.
Yeah.
Like somebody legitimately paid an exorbitant amount of money to get that jacket, and
knowing Macho, it went to a worthwhile charity.
Mm-hmm. And yes, I double checked. That is the exact same jacket he used when he debuted on WCW.
Yep.
The Liz spot was an amusing diversion.
That was nice.
I will admit, and I do have to give Brandy Rhodes credit for how quickly she must have changed costumes.
Ooh, yeah, that was like shoot. That took the amount of which is 20 minutes plus entrances and that thing. Yeah, she had about half an hour, so she had some time.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of running though.
Yeah, lots of running.
Yeah, and I also love her committing to the gimmick of the whole Flip Army thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a nice touch.
And I believe you said some people were disappointed that Flip didn't win here. Flip didn't need to win because like the whole thing was just him getting on the card itself. That was the payoff.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people, they hadn't seen Flip actually wrestle, so I think that was the other part of the payoff, is showing that Flip can really, really go.
Excuse me, and hang with the big
Isn't
boys.
it?
I was muting the microphone so I could avoid having this, but that happened. But yeah, the idea was Flip Gordon. The idea was for the longtime fans of being the Elite. For longtime fans of being the Elite, the payoff was Flip was finally all in. For everyone else, this was a showcase match. I do not know why I'm sneezing, but god damn it.
Gesundheit. You
I
good?
apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm good.
All right.
Anyway,
now,
next up, the dream match of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Omega taking on Pentagon Jr., aka Penta El Zero Ebb. Excuse me.
Although they weren't really all that committed with sticking with calling him Penta El Zero, because, well, the full thing that they're supposed to be calling it is Penta El Zero M because AAA is anal, and but once you got into the commentary team, they did not even try to keep up that facade. They
didn't have to hide it. They didn't want to hide it. They were going, fuck you, we're calling him Pentagon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not the first person that's happened to. I mean, there's also his brother, Ray Phoenix, and of course, the most notorious example, L.A. Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
I'd say this was a pretty good match, but it was very clear this was a Kenny Omega match. I don't have the issue that some people do with him doing multiple V triggers.
There we go. All right, we're on back.
But there was only one problem that I had with this, and maybe I'm a bit biased because Lucha Underground and to an extent Impact have done such a good job at protecting this, and it's the arm break. Like whenever you've seen Pentagon do that to somebody in Lucha Underground, they're usually out for months.
I'd say usually at least a few weeks at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was death. Your night was done.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm leaving the mic on.
You never muted it.
No, I muted it.
No, you didn't. We could hear the whole thing.
How could you hear the whole fucking thing? If I was hitting the mute button.
We could literally hear you sneeze over and over again.
See? Yeah, right there.
I know, but we could literally hear you sneeze the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Thank you.
I did like the nickname that Don Callis gave him, saying that if I call call Kenny Omega the god of wrestling, but in my eyes, Penta L0M is the demon.
Good call.
Which I think works perfectly well, because one of the other things he brought up, and this was called back to, is the fact that Kenny is putting over the notion that Kenny is not good at the hardcore stuff. Like i.e. not having that kind of experience, whereas that's Penta's wheelhouse is doing a lot of the crazy shit.
Yeah.
Which is why you had a very good contrast. And then at the end, and I do appreciate that they're still doing a very good job at protecting the one-winged angel. Although it was a little bit weird seeing Kenny Omega come out without the IWGP belt.
Yeah, he's the only guy who didn't come out with his IWGP belt. What's up with that?
That was fucking weird. Stop sneezing, you fucking nose. Okay, I'm back. There we go.
Yep. But then at the end, we had another case of the lights going out.
Hold on, before we get to that, I have to give Kenny props for using his other arm for the one-winged angel.
Yes.
Because Penta broke the other one.
Yeah, that's certainly the case, but it still bugs me that they ended up using that spot in this match and going through. And
I think this was a case of let's show off it was the greatest hits match. Like, it's a dream match.
Yeah.
Let's show the greatest hits. Why the people are considering this a dream match? Which I'm usually good at this. Stop sneezing, damn it! But it was showing off both men to everybody.
And then the lights go out.
Oh God!
They went out for quite a while.
And then they went back up, and for some reason, Penta's tattoos were replaced by that's a Fozzy tattoo. Wait, that probably, then the mask falls off. No, that could be Jericho. What?
I immediately knew it was Jericho when he started throwing blows.
Oh my!
Gesundheit.
Stop sneezing.
And you know, you'd think New Japan would have learned. You think that Naito would have warned him, dude, beware of guys in masks, because this is like the third time that he's done this. And then he simply said, "Kenny, see you on the Jericho cruise."
See you on the Jericho cruise. Roof flies off for like the umpteenth time tonight.
Mm-hmm. And it is kind of funny because for the longest time he said that he probably wasn't going to make the show because of his promises. Well,
and he was working at a double header, two shows. So he literally flew in, put some makeup, and then flew out in the makeup.
I'm going. If anybody can somehow get me reports on whether or not Jericho was still in the makeup at the Fozzy concert, let me know.
Oh God, he was flying out with that makeup. Oh my God. I'm fairly certain he tried.
Bless you.
I don't know. The allergies are kicking in this time around. Oh God. Oh, evil ref. To quote TV tropes, I call that left-handed version the clipped wing angel. Good one.
Ah, very nice.
Very nice.
Now, this is where... Now, next up, and I think this is where the Young Bucks and Ray and the Lucha Bros lost their... the good chunk of their time. Thank you to Kazuchika Long Match Okada taking on Marty Scurll in a great matchup. Also... nice to see Kazuchika Okada back in Rainmaker gear.
Yeah. I do. He's back in Rainmaker gear. I'm still waiting to see if there's going to be a release of that remix version of his theme. Marty Scurll. Well, he always comes out with great outfits, and I did like that we finally got some payoff for the two hands that have been harassing him this season. And just
There's some
just
payoff
breaking both.
backstage. You're a guy.
There was a heavyweight chant going on, which
Oh God.
I don't know if he intends to move into the heavyweight division. I'm honestly mixed on how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because well, it makes him look a little bit hypocritical because he called out Will Ospreay when he made that announcement as part of the heat for Best of the Super Juniors.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see how that plays out. I will say that and this is the colors. I'm starting to get used to Kazuchika Okada in long pants.
It's growing on me a little bit, to be honest.
I think the reason why I didn't mind it this time is because it didn't look so obviously like bell bottoms.
Yeah. Also, High Tiger Tori, very nice. Also, a couple of spots in there, the break, the all-in umbrella, that was nice. The setup for one of the Rainmaker clotheslines. Okada looks to the crowd, uses his hands, 2, 0, 5. And Marty flips around, breaks that hand.
That was a nice bit of heat. That was a nice bit of heat.
Oh yeah.
Although I do think Kazuchika Okada is probably going to be the hardest bar that I could do.
Aha. Well, let's try it out then. Mildra, what bar is Kazuchika Okada?
Well, Matty, the Rainmaker has come down with all of his Rainmaker dollars, wearing black, violet, red, and gold. So I'd have to say that the best instance that I have is that he is a $1 bottle of brisk iced tea.
Ooh, okay.
He can also be a bar of Gardelli baking chocolate.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Don't eat baking chocolate unless you want to torture yourself or torture somebody else. It's unsweet.
don't. It's unsweet chocolate because you're adding a shitload of sugar to your baking thing. Don't unless you're a masochist and are eternally curious. Don't. You don't have to.
But feel perfectly free to trick somebody else into eating it on April Fool's Day.
Oh, that's evil and awesome at the same time. And we gotta hurry up because we're over time, brother.
Yeah.
Hour and a half on this one review.
It's almost a case of life imitating art.
And the main event, the Golden Elite, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Young Bucks, and Kota Ibushi taking on Rey Mysterio, Rey Fenix, and Bandito. They went 11:48, and if they went 11:51,
they were 3 seconds away from cutoff, which is why they didn't even go through the exits. I don't know if they plan on doing a DVD version of this, but I really hope that they do that and have some sort of director's cut that includes the speech after the show.
I think that has to be, yeah.
Because they could easily do that and sell it on Pro Wrestling Tees. I guarantee you'll get a lot of people paying for that.
They had a couple. Bandito. This is my first time watching Bandito live.
Mm-hmm.
I could see why these guys were like, as soon as they saw him, they were like, book him, because god damn, that guy's talented.
Yeah, I will have to keep an eye out for a Bandito. Also, and I have to blame you for putting this joke in my head because I was immediately thinking this when Ray came out.
Uh-huh.
Rey Mysterio, your country needs you. I'm Mexican, bub.
Yeah! Ray, wearing the Wolverine gimmick. Oh, yeah. What's the Mexican word? What's a good Spanish word for bub?
Cabron.
Aha. So, you're Mexican. Ray, your country needs you.
Soy mexicano, cabron.
That works. That works. Make it team up.
Yep. No, Phoenix. Phoenix is always amazing. I will admit that I do think his brother is a better overall package, but Phoenix is no slouch. Bandito, I went into this not knowing anything about Bandito, and I want to know more about him.
Yeah.
And Ray, well, this was not the battered sausage Ray.
No.
He was not jumping off the boat. And
my knee is blown.
I do like that they didn't immediately go for the 619 when they had the chance. They did a bit of teasing for it, and this was a lot kinder of a crowd to the 619 than One Night Stand was. But they rushed through the hell out of this. It is now I know some people were saying that we should have seen a match that we should have seen more with Ibushi and Mysterio, but to be honest, the pairing out of that I want to see in a singles maybe sometime next year is Kota Ibushi and Rey Fenix.
Ooh.
Like you put those two in, you give them 15 minutes. I'd say you could get something really good out of that. But they of course had to end it with the Meltzer driver
because it makes sense.
Yeah. and then they just hoofed right out of there. And
Riccaboni couldn't even do the sign off, poor guy.
No. He got some of it, and right in the middle of him doing it, they immediately showed the producer's sting. Like poor guy. I wonder how long it took before somebody told him.
Well, he knew they were going off the air, so I'm pretty sure he knew.
Yeah, I get the feeling Riccaboni. Wow, that was that close, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I did watch the speech that was given after the fact. I'm not sure if Double or Nothing is them teasing that it is going to happen again, and it probably will. I'm not. I'd say that Double or Nothing would probably be better as a subtitle for the full title of All In 2.
Double or Nothing's a good word for it, though.
Yeah.
Good title. We got to move on because it's already, and I just stop sneezing your fucking nose. Anyway.
When you put this on YouTube, I think you need to put a sneeze count.
You're asking Matty to do too much editing work, which is at this point any editing work, really.
Yeah. There will be a crowd going 15, 16, 17. Take a shot. You'll be drunk by the end of the segment.
No,
that's also Evil Rev. I know, Evil Rev.
I know. Like I said, we're just. I know, Evil Rev. It was just a joke.
Yep.
He knows that. He knows.
Yeah.
He better. But yeah, this I can easily now whether or not this is better than Dominion. I'll have to rewatch Dominion to give myself a second opinion on that. But
this is obviously a 5 out of 5 for me.
Yes,
same here.
And Meltzer said that he was very thankful that he won that bet, and not a single match on this went under 4 stars. Every single one was 4.5.
Sorry, for those keeping a score, everyone's scored 5 out of 5.
Hmm?
We'll have sneezed 1,000 times by the end of the show, but who cares? There's a show we gotta go do. Eyes don't fail me. Eyes don't... Stop sneezing, god damn it. What is up with my nose? If I keep it like this, I can't. I'll talk like this. That's stupid. Anyway. You know, there's a part of me that wish I had that sneeze fit when I had that one teacher at college that said, you have to hold... When you sneeze, you have to hold your nose in a certain proper way or I will kick you out. Just jumping in a race like... Go!
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, right? That was right into the microphone. I hope no one's ears are blown out by that.
I apologize ahead of time. I heard that in my earphones too. But yeah, just I was again to simulate that. Anyway. Okay. God damn it! I hate that. I hate it when it's allergies. I should have hit this in July. What the fuck?
Allergy
Make sure it's on drugs.
Allergy season's like in spring, not autumn.
You tell my nose that. Anyway, it's time. You can send them at the Wrestle. No, it's time for emails and comments. So you can send them at the WrestleCast@gmail.com. Brought to you by our buddy Greg Haynes. Against your entire girl's new book, New World, available through Amazon.com. Go buy Shane's book. Buy his book.
Buy his book. Buy
my book. Buy my book.
Anyway, we begin and teed up. There's a rush, but I get to mute my mic for 30 seconds because you get to say. This first email comes from
Brent.
Zyrtec, Clareton right now, but Arius is the evil Reverend. Alright. Good God, I have to read emails like this. Hello, people. Talking about a great week, but then ending up a real bad. First off, all in, go watch it. It's awesome, despite the last match going too short due to the pay-per-view time limit. I'm not going to review it because it deserves to be watched. Second, we lost Burt Reynolds, despite having a terrible ending to his movie career. Rest in peace to him. To this week's review, you can tell I'm trying to fight my nose here. Raw. Fuck this show. Fuck this show. I barely remember anything outside of the Shield being beat down by the new trio of Brawny, Galloway, and Ziggle Pants. And yes, Drew and Dolph are new Raw Tag Champs at the expense of the rival. Ugh. In other news, Alexa beat Natalia in an armbar. Of all people, tap out. And all people will tap out. Shawn Michaels returns just to hype up Taker and Tripper's match at Australia. Good promo, but what a waste of both legends. Drake Maverick is the new manager of AOP? Why? How? To all the people to lose against Riot Squad, lose to the Bellas, who are truly rusty AF. Seriously, Breed, those dives make me think of Shelly Martinez. Your boy Kevin Owens came back in a week, and to top it all off, he joins the beat-out of the Shield with the man who made his life miserable, Braun Strowman. The fuck? I should say this episode is brought to you by Kleenex at this point. Jesus. Give me a minute. I'll give you. I'm a little allergically verklempt here. Yeah. Oh, I hate allergies. I hate them. SmackDown Live. Oh, Wendy. Yeah, Joe still wants to invite Wendy to beat some Wendy's. But then again, I'm excited to watch their match at Hell in a Cell. Should have been a Hell in a Cell match instead of Jeff versus Orton. Agreed. As for the rest, Becky and Charlotte want to kill each other. Rusev and Aiden English are up next for the tag titles. Bryan and Almas had another great match. Despite him and Zelina being jobbed out at the end of the show. R-Truth of all people is in the main event of SmackDown Live. Yeah, it was way better than Raw. Mae Young Classic 2018. By the way, French Otaku, there's an S on your prompter. It's Mae Young Classic, not Classics. Coming out of the round one were Nixon Newell, yay, Rhea Ripley, who's hot in her new gear. Lacey Lane, sorry if you're a girl, Matty. I know. Then again, that was not her best match, to be at all fair. And Ms. Final Boss Mako Satomura, awesome first round, and I'm excited for the next few matches. Lucha Underground, well, say goodbye to Katrina, who ended up being like Sunny from Commando. Remember Katrina when I told her when we would be together? I lied. I could totally do this better. I know me. Remember I told you, Katrina, that we'd be together? I lied. And Phoenix is back to life. Chances are he'll turn on Melissa Santos to resurrect Katrina with part of his life force. And Joey Wrestling got sacrificed. King Cuerno wants Pentagon's title. And here's chances that Son of Havoc and Killshot will face each other in a Mascara con Mascara match. That'll be awesome. Winners, Cody Rhodes. Sir, not only you won the 10 pounds of gold, you make Mark Henry cry of joy, and you brought success for All In. According to financial results, well done, sir. Mae Young Classic 2018. Overall, I'm still impressed as always. Can't wait for the next episode. The announced main event of Bound for Glory 2018. Austin Aries versus Johnny Impact. I haven't seen an episode of Impact, only recaps with the match. I am intrigued to see. Losers, Kevin Owens coming back just 1 week after he quits. And he's with the man who put shit on him, Braun Strowman. God damn it, this company and its continuity. Brie Bella, for the love of God, those suicide dives are terrible. Thank goodness you didn't break your neck. That's it for this week. Have yourself a good night and take care. Look to the left. Cowboy boots. Where do you think you're going, Pilgrim? Oh no. I can speak to the boots. I'll see you later. And next up, hey, he's in the chat room right now. Ladies and gentlemen, say hi to Evil Reverend, everybody.
Hi, Evil Reverend!
Hello.
And I need to adjust a few things here and say that, warning, this comment features thoughts on his week of wrestling. Hope you have seen this week's Lucha Underground. If not, minor spoilers. I have not seen the full episode, but Lucha Underground has a nice recap thing that you could catch on their official YouTube channel. It's a great way if you're following the goings on. You can't catch the episode live. It's a good one. It's what I use usually. And I had this. Static cuts to Reverend in the Nerve HQ and the RV. Reverend, a la Eric Bischoff. I'm back! I'm better than... Ray, sorry to return like this, but... excuse me. Sorry to return like this, RVT, but even with the normal work schedule, the Reverend can't stop to relax or rest. He's too used to overworking. Fortunately, I have the comments for you. Brought to you this week by a platonic friendship. Excuse me a minute. All right.
While Matty is sneezing, I will start singing.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I am.
It's okay. Okay, Marty Skrull, you're good.
No. I
Keep
wanna
yourself
be
warmed up.
A white
This may happen again.
superstar.
It's a good thing I came back just in time then. WWE news. Vince tries you might. It's not going to work. We all like Braun. We like Becky. Deal or not, they're getting them cheers. Shield's back together again, and we may have a women's event already. And here's this, hoping Seth's arm isn't too cut up. From what I heard, it's fine, just maybe a stitch or two, but it's not Goldberg levels, thank God. I hear talk they're interested in bringing the Lucha Bros. I can't help but feel paranoid for them if they do jump ship. Speaking of Lucha, segue. Lucha Underground, Pentagon's going to have his hands full with Hunter King Cuerno back to finish what Cage couldn't. Side note, kind of bummed about what happened with Hijo del Fantasma. L.A. Park, best watch out, Fantasma's son was there. The conclusion of Melissa Santos and Katrina's confrontation brings the old Donkey Kong death jingle to mind. Joey Wrestling shows up and to avenge his boy Johnny Nitro and Impact Morrison Mundo, and he's gone. Impact news, well, looks like Moose sees a big future with Cross. Can't say I blame him. After that match with Sue Young, Tessa Blanchard needs to put the kibosh on that ego, and maybe get a doctor to check them ribs. Also, platonic friendship. Meanwhile, behind the new Lucha Underground tempo, Sachiko picks up Mills' sacred stone from the ground. Sachiko, looks like we have another trophy. You guys are gonna like what I have planned. Puts the stone in a wagon, which also has Prince Puma's mask, and the heads of both Pindar and Vibora. And I kill the feed here. It's starting to subside a little bit, by the way, Evil Reverend. He was asking about that doesn't play me too much, but I got a whole few minutes to blow my nose, ladies and gentlemen, while you listen to some ads and another clip there. Because those, ladies and gentlemen, are your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. Once again, brought to you by Greg Haynes' new book, New World, available on Amazon.com, or of course wherever else you may find this fine book thing. If you have a Kindle, it works well there. It's right there. I've heard it's getting good reviews too. Very nice. Also brought to you by Kleenex. What the fuck knows? We shall return, ladies and gentlemen, with some news and how bad Raw fucked the shit up again. When we come back, do not go too far, folks.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
The Rock can't believe this little Rudy Pucciabroni has stolen all the Rock's signature moves.
He walks like the Rock. He talks like the Rock. He's got the rock bottom, the people's elbow, the people's eyebrow.
That's gimmick infringement.
That ain't right.
He's even got the millions and the millions of the Rock's fans playing this video game.
You Rock, know your role and shut your mouth. Over 50 WWF superstars, all their signature moves and talks, plus entrances, cage matches, and create a wrestler. WrestleMania 2000.
You like pancakes?
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
Are you a fan of Big Bartholomew or Tex Ferguson or Chet Cheddarfield? They'll be at the KFC immediately following next Sunday's event with a purchase of the new Woo Crispy, Woo Tangy, Woo Honey Mustard, barbecue flavored Georgia Gold Chicken. Woo! You can get one of them to sign your wrapper. Maybe if you ask politely. Woo!
Undertaker, this is what you need to understand.
The fact of the matter is that Triple H is still the game. He is still the cerebral assassin. And as far as what's left in the tank, sorry, my man, I think he's got a heck of a lot more left than you do. So, at WWE Super Showdown, the cerebral assassin is going to cerebrally assassinate The Undertaker. And Undertaker, one thing you need to understand is there is absolutely nothing.
This just became personal. I took the best that you had, and I took the best that Triple H had, and I put you both down. And in the process, I reached in and took part of your soul, and your egos can't accept it. You chose Triple H because I took the one thing from you that was most important. Your career.
Is that what you think? I have stayed away and stayed true to my retirement because I am a man of my word. Because I am a man of honor, a man of integrity. I have stayed away and stayed retired out of respect for the system, out of respect for them, and most importantly, I've stayed retired out of respect for you, out of respect for The Undertaker.
Is it respect? Or is it fear? Because if you had ever chosen to come out of retirement, there would have only been one person that you come for. Me. And make no mistake about it, I would put you down all over again. And there's one other thing you know. In Melbourne, Australia, I'm gonna put your buddy Triple H down again.
And we're back here on the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the ProKidVid.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, podcasting places, live on Twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment. Matty, JWK, and Mildra the Monk on the call with you. And I don't know what you're thinking. Good choice for Good, Bad, and Ugly. Not mine. Easy Rider was the one who picked out the song. He was like, that sounded something like, that's a good spit, that's clip of the week. And you need to use that. I will definitely do that. And speaking of, he and for those wondering, where's Mike Shell? And he's usually in the chat, isn't he? Yeah, but not today. He's not tonight. He and Easy are both in San Antonio for a More Phenomenal Expo. If you like to, if you're in the area and you would like to see some Power Rangers, then say hi to Mike Shell and Easy right there. They will be there. They have a table. They have a nice banner and stuff to sign, and Easy, I've been told, has stuff to sell as well. So if you're interested, there you go. By the way, quick little riff for you. Shawn Michaels say, I am a man of integrity. Everyone's response on the call on Monday? I played the whole thing, but we're already over time, pal. Anyway, T-Dub, I'm assuming there's some news in there outside of All In.
Yeah, first we gotta start with some bad news. We got 2 wrestling deaths the past week.
Yeah, we gotta cover those, unfortunately.
First off, Nate Hatred, deathmatch legend, and secondly was former Ring of Honor commentator Mike Hogwood.
May you both rest in peace. And in the case of Nate Hatred, in a nice bed where you have ice packs that cool off them achy joints.
The only other thing I have with WWE right now, just to save time, is the fact that we've gone 2 weeks on SmackDown, no Shinsuke Nakamura.
How fucked up is that?
He's the U.S. champion.
U.S. champ, you got nothing on him.
He
Is this deja vu?
Yeah,
I know, right?
And it feels like he's not being booked for Hell in a Cell or the Australian show.
Again.
So I don't know what's going on there.
One of the best wrestlers in the fucking world on the fucking shelf.
Are they afraid of dog attacks or something?
I mean,
I don't know what to do, honestly. Moving on over to Impact. Katarina finally broke up with Grado and professional love to Joe Hendry, but Joe Hendry made it clear that he was about platonic love with her.
Yeah, platonic friendship.
Yep. And so
platonic
Joe Hendry and Grado.
friendship with a local hero.
So yeah, Joe Hendry and Grado, still good friends, so I did not see that ending coming. Then we have Tessa Blanchard defeating Su Yung to defend her Knockouts title in a pretty good match.
Yeah.
And then in the main event segment, Johnny Impact came out and announced that at Bound for Glory, he'll be the one challenging Austin Aries for the world title. And then Austin Aries went, yeah, no thank you, and then him and the rest of his team laid him the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I think we might be getting maybe a triple threat. Maybe Impact versus Aries versus Edwards.
Maybe.
Moving over to Lucha Underground, where they did something different to open the show. They had their entire first segment for commercial was a pre-tape, where Katarina and Melissa had a martial arts fight, essentially.
They had pretty much a backlot brawl, in a sense. A street fight, in the literal sense.
Yeah, most literal sense you can get. And in the end, Katarina died, and because this Aerostar took the stone that she had been carrying around, traveled back in time, got Phoenix, traveled back to the present, and essentially revived him using the power of that stone.
Don't, folks, don't. This is Lucha Underground. Smile and nod. Smile and nod.
Time paradox.
Weird. The thing about Aerostars, he can travel through time and space.
Smile and nod, folks. Smile and nod.
And then Joey Wrestling wanted to get revenge for Matanza ruining the wedding last week. So he got to fight Matanza, but instead he became a sacrifice to the gods.
Yeah. Joey Wrestling's here, and he's gone.
Well, at least he did. As far as I can tell, he never even got any hot dogs.
Boo!
Then in our main event, Pentagon issued an open challenge for his world title, and the person who answered it was Hernandez. And
which,
about
by the way,
later,
was a great match.
That's pretty good. And about 8 minutes later, Hernandez got his head squished in.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Reyes, Pentagon is about to break his arm post-match. Al came King Cuerno and laid him out.
It's nice to see Cuerno again.
Yes, good to see him in a mask again.
Oh, wait, he lost his mask?
Yeah, we were talking about earlier. El Hijo del Fantasma.
Oh, so that's what it was.
Which this still counts because it just losing that match just means that he can't be El Hijo del Fantasma. Doesn't say anything about
it's
being
a different character. It's a different character, and it's in continuity with another company. So,
although one has to wonder if he'll lose the match this season then, because they did the same thing with Superfly.
I guess we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out eventually.
Mm-hmm. And that's all I got for news.
That's it?
I want to keep it nice and short because we're running over time.
What else did you have, just out of curiosity?
Nothing. I got rid of anything I didn't want to talk about.
All right, fair enough. In this case, that's pretty much it. We got to do the winners and losers, pretty much. Let's start with losers. Mildra, is there a wrestling geek of the week in there? Yeah, I think there is.
You know, I'm sorry to do this. I know he's your boy, but geek of the week is Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I hate doing this. I really do. I really hate that I have to nominate him.
You know what? The geek of the week in that case should be the writers and Vince McMahon. What do you think about it?
Yeah, but I got a kayfabe it because
you
team up with the guy who's been beating the fucking shit out of you for months.
Literally 3 weeks after he destroyed you again.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
30 writers and this is what you came up with? This is supposed to be a show where I'm in a good mood. Now I'm pissed off again.
This is Vince McMahon.
This is Vincent Kennedy McMahon, asshole.
I'm sure there may have been writers to object to this. But
I would say that he has the memory of a goldfish, but that's an insult to goldfish.
Ho!
So yeah. If we're going to go that route, loser definitely goes to the 30 writers. I realize that's a redundant statement, but there's not a whole lot to pick from this time of the round. Winner of all people, and I only found out this morning, and it legitimately made me do a double take. I am putting Jim Cornette as the winner because he finally said something positive about Kenny and the Young Bucks.
I know. He put over all in. And everyone is making a big deal of this. I'm like, it's Jim Cornette praising a good wrestling show. Where's the surprise?
This is Jim Cornette praising Kenny Omega, who has recently done nothing but insult. Literally nothing but insult. He's literally had nothing but bad things to say about Kenny Omega for the past several years, just because he wrestled a little girl. Fuck you, Cornette. Fuck you.
Well, the wrestling a little girl and the claim that he no-showed Final Battle, which he didn't. He did not lie about being injured for a Final Battle. He went to that Japanese show to accept an award. He was injured. But I will freely admit that when I saw that, because Cornette has literally over the last few years has literally become the embodiment of old man yells at cloud, and in some ways it's become the exact thing that he railed against, which is why I stopped watching him whenever I hear him rail about modern wrestling, because I know I've used this analogy before, but he comes off like a dog sitting on a nail. Like, just constantly complaining about how everything sucks these days, and not doing any effort to support independent wrestling or support.
Goddamn, Joe Randall's penises are ruining wrestling. Goddamn it!
Yes, and I'm sure that the Christmas creature wasn't ruining wrestling, or every other gimmick that was done in USWA that was just as, if not more, weird.
Should I get the HBK laugh again?
No, doesn't deserve it.
right.
I'm just saying this. It's a little hypocritical for him to complain about something being over the top when he is the biggest Jerry Lawler fanboy, and the territories that Lawler had run in Memphis were notorious for some of the more comedic shit. And every time I've seen him try and argue about what's good funny and what's bad funny, it always comes off as special pleading unless he's using it to take a shot at shithead.
Yeah.
But a broken clock is right twice a day, so I will let him have this. Although I wish I was recording because I legitimately did a spit take. I was drinking my morning tea and I see them like.
You're literally, you're on your phone, you're on your tablet, or whatever. Oh, it's one of those Cody Rhodes spit takes. It's like, oh, I boys are what? Glug, 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 spit.
Yes.
T-Dub, you're losers, bud. By the way, it was losers,
just Raw because
losers then winners. You have to wait.
Yeah, sorry, it's been a while since I've done this.
Losers goes to Raw, just Raw in general, just Raw. Terrible show. It was completely dreadful to watch it. It took me like 45 minutes to watch it. Like I was saying before, Matty sneezing.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
It took me all 45 minutes to watch 3 hours of Raw. That's how much I skipped through it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. WWE in general, because there was a perfect meme on Tuesday afternoon. WWE had a 3-hour show to make a statement after All In, and they made that statement. That statement was they had no fucking clue what they were doing.
Indeed.
WWE in a nutshell. That's why they are my losers this week. Mildra, your winners, please. Oh wait, you already did that, didn't you?
Yeah, I already gave that bit of winner and
Yeah. No, you got another winner to throw out in there.
Yeah, I think I just might because I'd say the other winner that I'm gonna be giving is to everybody who busted their ass to make what seemed like an impossible idea actually work, and proving that there is space for an alternative.
Agreed.
All right, agreed. T-Dub.
I have to go echo his point, especially. I have to echo his point, especially with the Elite, who just went above and beyond. I mean, all those dick costumes were bought by Matt Jackson, for example. He bought all those, and of course, you saw as being the Elite, they went to a store and just bought a whole bunch of like water and energy drinks for everybody backstage. So yeah, they busted their asses to make sure this show was as good as possible for the people watching it and for everybody in the back who were taking part in it.
Yeah, they were literally at Target buying, like, I think, several dozen cases of water and energy drink. You saw there was a clip of them walking in with Brandon Cutler and, like, cases of Cracker Barrel stuff.
Yep.
Oh, also, I need to give a winner to Ian Riccaboni for making sure that Cracker Barrel did the extra work.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, sorry, kayfabe.
Kayfabe. I say, well, you were going for that buffet line 4 times for no. Kayfabe, dude. Kayfabe. For me, it's simple. Cody and the Young Bucks and pretty much everyone involved at All In for that weekend. And StarCast will be included in that.
Especially Joey Ryan.
And Joey Ryan, who kept mostly kayfabe. Hey, a man has to work, obviously, so he can't. He's got to book himself. But And Chris Jericho for having the balls to realize, wait a minute, I'm under contract to Vince McMahon. Fuck you, I'm showing up at All In anyway.
By the way, Jericho's been confirmed for 2K19, so we could have an IWGP champion in a WWE video game come this October, if he's still champion by then.
If that, and I don't see anything that would prove to the contrary. So that is a weird bit of trivia and history right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm such a nerd.
But then again, you are in a Skype call with nerds, so you are welcome here, my friend. Before we do anything else, we got some plugs to do. Mildra, Wednesday, so I'm about to plug that. But you have your own stuff.
Yes, I do. There are two things there. Aside from the stuff that I do on RVT with the Wednesday shows, which since next week is going to be the finale of Second City, I think it's time that I go over a little bit of what's coming down the pipeline.
All right.
So when Second City is done, hopefully within 1 or 2 weeks, depending on how long it takes to get the rest of the sheets done, we will be running the Doomsday Dawn adventure path using Pathfinder 2nd Edition's playtest. The full version isn't going to be out for another year. Once that is finished, and I'm going to be including three standalone adventures from the Pathfinder Society to kind of bridge the gap between a certain time skip. The next item is going to be, we are going to be returning to Warhammer, kind of. We'll be going through the Harlock Legacy trilogy through the Warhammer 40,000 RPG Dark Heresy. Prepare for bad shit to happen. And then after that, we will be handling the culmination that I have been building up to for the past 2 years, ever since we wrapped up The Enemy Within, and that is Zeitgeist, the Gears of the Revolution. I initially was going to be using Fantasycraft for this setup, but there were some complications, so instead we're using the controversial, to everyone but me, D&D 4th Edition. This technically breaks my no D&D rule, but since it's the one that everybody likes to shit on, I think it qualifies. But beyond that, on Thursday nights at around 8:30ish, you can find me, the angriest man alive, and the chaos god of death and disease, Lord Nurgle, on the stream of corruption, where we go through all the bullshit that's happened in the news for the past 7 days. And on Sundays, at 8 o'clock Central Time, myself, Good Brother Aaron, Good Brother Doku, Flutter, and whoever else I can drag onto the show, we'll be doing Monastery Live. We go through the news, shit talking about news when it comes to both tabletop and video games, and then going through a main event article. And this week we've got a doozy, because the main event for Sunday is quite possibly the greatest satire article I have ever read.
Oh wow, okay. Where can they find that, by the way? Twitch.tv, I'm assuming?
Oh, the Stream of Corruption and Monastery Live can be found on YouTube. The Stream of Corruption is going to be on Lord Nurgle's channel. Just type up Lord Nurgle and you'll find him pretty quickly. And Monastery Live is on my backup channel. You'll just have to go under Mildra. For those of you who are following this on the Discord, I may or may not post a link to it in that. I've been hesitant to do that because there is a bit of overlap between my show and Toku Riffs.
But it is on YouTube, so it can be on demand later, so there is that.
Yes. And although we drink on the show, you don't have to. We just do it as a coping mechanism.
Hey, you know, sobriety is for pussies. Or T-Dub, who is not a pussy, but, you know. We've proven that he's not a pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the only plug I have to... have right now is Tony Hawk's American Wasteland review, currently out now on my YouTube channel. Look up TWK Reviews Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Right now, working on my favorite Pro Wrestling World review, which should be out within the next 7 days.
That's going to be something to watch right there. By the way, I know it's available on Steam. Should I get it?
I would say wait for the New Japan update, although it will cost you $50 American for the whole package with the game and the update, but it's totally worth it. I love playing with the New Japan wrestlers.
All right, then.
So I would definitely say if you have a PS4, get it for that.
All right. And as far as what's going on, as far as our show's concerned, let's go on the card first.
Matt, if you would, I can plug through these shows a lot faster than you. So if you wouldn't mind.
I will do it with lightning quick. Saturday, because there's a few things that are missing here. Because there's not going to be an Anime Mavericks because of Mike Shell not being around to do that. Saturday, Tony Helms with the crew, 5 p.m. Eastern for that. Sunday, Toku Riffs Live. We're doing a Lupin versus Pato Ranger catch-up. It'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we may have a surprise for you in store. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Monday is off. Tuesday, doubleheader. One more doubleheader. Sunday with T-Dub and with Riftdown with T-Dub and the crew. And Metro Night Live. This time will not be on the Shades' Twitch.tv channel. It will be on MetroCon's official group on Facebook. He'll be streaming that there. And it'll be on MetroCon's official group page. 8 p.m. Standard Time, Eastern Standard for that. Wednesday, the finale of Second City, our TRPG with myself, Mildra the Monk over there with the Shades, Biohybrid, and Lady K. We will be wrapping that up. And on Thursday, another edition of the Ranger Recap, another episode of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. 9 p.m. Eastern for that. And of course, next week, no Wrestle Cast. I will be out of town for a doctor's appointment. Going back to my old hometown. We are intending to be back day of, so we're leaving early in the morning, and then we're out of here, and then we're back here hopefully for around 11 o'clock midnight. That being said, I will have literally no time to prep, and I'm not going to keep T-Dub awake till like 1 in the morning. Unnecessarily anyways. So we will be doing that. I understand we will not be doing a preview of Hell in a Cell. Do you really care if we preview Hell in a Cell at this point? I don't.
The hype for WWE has hit an all-time low for me.
We could use a break from WWE pay-per-views. Let's just be honest here. We will review it the next week, however, because fuck are we gonna do? Just nothing. We got something to talk about when we come back. That being said, if you like what we're doing and we're live on the Twitch.tv, you can hit that follow button. Of course, you have your first tier subscriptions as well. Of course, the Streamlabs. By the way, you might have noticed a link for T-shirts. Yeah, Shades set this up today. Earlier today, Streamlabs has a way to get T-shirts. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have our T-shirt shop. We have a recap of What the Fies and 2 logo shirts from the Wrestle Cast. So you can want it. And of course, we get some money out of it. So hey, if you want a shirt with our logo on it, it's right there. It's streamlabs.com.
So how do we split the royalties for the WrestleCast shirts?
Talk to John. I'm assuming if there's money from those, we're gonna get like $3 each. I'm assuming because they're like $12. We get like $6. If they sell for $12, we get $6. You get the idea, you know.
Right.
That would be my assumption. But streamlabs.com/RVT Entertainment/merch is what you want to do. When you want to go as well. Now, if you want to support us as well, Twitch of course, you want to support us. T-Dub's Patreon, patreon.com/TWK Reviews. Of course, Matty J, paypal.me/MattyJ316. I'm going to get that plug right, damn it. And don't forget, Shintai Kuro's book, New World. It's available on Amazon.com for your reading pleasure. And all that good stuff. That is the show. We thank you very much for tuning in and all that good stuff. On behalf of Mildra the Monk,
My name is Mildra. I am your gaming monk. Stay fucking frosty and fuck the Watsy.
And on behalf of TWK.
Until next time, it's TWK Reviews, telling you to work your gimmick.
My name is Matty J, reminding you on professional wrestling. Support your independent promotion as soon as possible. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks for a review of Hell in a Cell. Good lord, that's going to be something to watch later, because I do took riffs and not this WWE bullshit anymore. Not lame anyway. Till then, have a safe one, have a good one. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.